Hi everyone, I'm Abby and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Now last episode we started doing the second investigation section and we met Angel, we met Jake, we met Gant again, and now we're in the evidence room, yeah. Let's get started. It's quiet. Investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room? Really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Eek! Whoa! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Right, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire, knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day? That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're a boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker here near too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course. I'm a detective after all. Give me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? Trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess it's what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. If you can't get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why I'm on my third card since entering the force already. Sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So, the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. But even some people in the force don't know about the fingerprint locks. Eh. Detective Goodman's note, and that switchblade knife. Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? Guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Eh. Now that was a bloody, violent case. Violent. So it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. The killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? I put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors. About forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Gooden was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, the switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Eh. Suspicious, isn't it? Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! Oh, what is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what? Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Eh. Yeah, a lot of stuff here, isn't there? There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. Here you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That's sad. But that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. Guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? That's the Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. But he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. Going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey pal, our security's high-tech around here. Eh. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, it's one of those human profiles from human range testing. Was shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. Ooh, what's this? Blood. It's a little worn. There's definitely a handprint there. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright? What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use our testing fluid to check it out. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. Must have taken the contents elsewhere. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of hooligan. It's apparently from the case. The case? That's the SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever was broke. Want to try to put it back together? Good luck, pal. It's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, let's squeeze the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Yeah. Yes. This can be a bit trickier. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little fun, but it does take a bit, yeah. Yeah, it's mostly through trial and error and stuff like that. It's not too complicated, though. Yeah, mostly through trial and error. Nice. Yeah, piece is still missing though. Pretty big one. Yeah, that'll become important later. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Yeah. There we go. The handprint right there. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this part if I fled out the door. There must be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. Yeah, ominous, isn't it? What is this saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? Notice this blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? Yeah. Okay. Dang, it's a lot of blood, isn't it? There must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you did want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Eh. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal. I'm making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. It's evidence from the case, you know. I mean, SL9 does have a tag on it. Eh. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a story-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, it's my personal pole. Never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal. There's that metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, physical was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. A cheap-looking box? You can't just judge a person or a machine by their cover, you gotta look at their heart. Eh. Keep that bug sweeper in mind for the next game. That's the door we just came in through. Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside. Let's hope he remembers we're in here. Yeah. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What? That's what's the matter, detective. This locker. It's mine. It's yours? Please, you have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that it wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? You're a detective. Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I want to give them my report for the day. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one on that, the one says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. Gumshoe's adorable, isn't he? I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Yeah. Thankfully, we didn't get locked in like they hinted that we might. Let me see. Ah, guess. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe is looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info's on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence. That's a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. We were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still a prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. He'll do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I asked you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. Still. Wow, I've never seen him this sad of sorts. Eh. Let's see. Oh, right. I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. A Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? You wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. You told me you wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. Chief has never wanted to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. Better make a note of it. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Eh. I know you. You've probably got hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with the case you were on. SL9 incident. There's some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. They're going to be telling you about this sooner or later. Must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. He was a top officer. It was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why he was a deputy chief of police on the investigation. In truth, they used slightly more extreme methods than normal. You were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood will be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Aluminum testing fluid, Well then, might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder on these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these Detective Gumshoe as well? This will be helpful. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Before we move on, there's a funny little thing we can find here. What? It looks like some blood is dripped down here. Judging by the amount, I guess it's from a nosebleed. Nosebleed, Maybe in his wrath, Mr. Edgeworth slapped someone for their incompetence. Why does Detective Gumshoe's face come to mind? Poor Gumshoe, man. Yeah, now we have to go back to the evidence room. Quiet now, isn't it? Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, on this blood on the detective's evidence locker. What's this the secret weapon we just borrowed? Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Use this one because the index finger is clearest. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With enter. See? Ah! Looks like that did the trick. Aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. Might take some getting used to, though. It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. Guess I better give it a try. Yeah, this part can be a bit annoying because I had to spread the powder on quite thick and do a lot of blowing, not in a weird way. You did it, you found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me you've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. It's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we go look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. Yeah, seems there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Yeah, right here. Yeah, it takes a lot of clicking around. Be able to spread the fingerprint powder on thick. It doesn't always work sometimes because you have to make sure it's nice and clear. So that can be a bit annoying. Yay, a print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyways, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? It's quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? Guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth and point at the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So his fingerprints would be most likely to find on this evidence locker. Yeah. Obviously Gumshoe, because he said it was his locker, yeah. Cool though, isn't it? Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? What gave me this so what look? I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time. There's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Yeah. This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right? Right. There was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this? There go our eyes sparkling again. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area where the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area have all been wiped away too. Oh, right. That means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Our prints out of the ones left by the bloody hand. Yeah. Yeah. A little hidden thing right here. I'll spread the powder on thick. It's a lot of work. Yeah. Oh. You go through, you see Jake Marshall's. It's Jake Marshall's print. Suspicious, isn't it? Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Who is this? Someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminal reaction. Blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall? Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. Guess this is what you would call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Crazy, isn't it? And things are only gonna get crazier. So, yeah. Trust me, this is gonna get crazy. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to like and comment and subscribe and check out my Twitch and Ko-Fi and Twitter/X. Next episode, I think we'll be going to trial again. And yeah, a lot of crazy revelations are about to come up. So look forward to that. Peace off.